People of MAGFest, you have made the correct choice. Welcome to Friday afternoon's Roll for MAGFest. Yes, this is exciting. We are Content Productions. We produce content for MAGFest. That's why we have that name. What you have walked into is a live play D&D session starring you, the audience. The way this works, we are going to launch a frantic campaign lasting approximately 1 hour, during which you all will be rotating through the story. Jason, over there in the blue shirt, serving as our ref master and bouncer, and we'll be handing out cards. Real quick, let's go down the line, introduce ourselves. Hi, my name is Adam. I will be your dungeon master for today.
So here's my character.
Well, no, just who you are.
My name is Kevin. I will be sitting up here trying to help the mayhem.
Hey, I'm Justin. Done this a few times before, hoping to live up to the legend.
Hi, I'm Eric, and I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. I don't know how I got here, but it's fun to be here.
Everything you just heard is true. This is how this works. Today's campaign is going to take place at a single location with customers and patrons. Specifically, it's a fantasy version of, let's say, a fast food joint with a gift shop. You, if you want to play, Jason will be coming around with cards. If he walks up to you and tries to give you a card or your hands up, you don't have to jump at it immediately because he's going to be doing this throughout the entirety of the panel. Yeah, so think of it like being called for an appointment for something. You'll come up and you'll line up right here. If these seats are empty, 2 people can be in the establishment at a time. Your goal is to come into the scene, do what is on your card, be it place an order, accomplish a task, some kind of goal, and leave. If you look at your card and feel super good about it, you can come on in and just go for it. If you come up and you're feeling a little nervous and you want to make sure that I know what's going on, you can show me your card and we'll work on it together. It's going to be frantic. It's going to be absurd. These guys do not know what's on your cards. And to make it a bit more interesting, we're going to give each of them a secret goal that they have to accomplish by the end of the panel without the other players being able to identify it. Dun, 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 yep. Dun, dun. Secret goals distributed. I'd say if we have any questions, but that just seems like a dangerous rabbit hole to go down. When you get up here, feel free to bring your character. You can give yourself a name. If you want to race in a class, absolutely go for it. We call this Roll for MAGFest 4th edition, not because we're riffing off 4th edition D&D. This is the 4th time we've done this at a MAG event. That's where that's from. But we're using 5th edition. We're also moving fast and loose. So if you're a D&D purist, please don't be upset if we kind of minimize combat and do some things to kind of streamline it. Time is limited. Let's get going. Dun, 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 dun. As our story begins, we see a weathered wooden sign crookedly swaying on the side of the road, bearing the name of the most unforgettable quick-service restaurant/gift shop west of Phandalin, the Goblin Goblin. The wooden building is unassuming from the front, a simple wooden structure with one large front door, a few windows, and an assault of smells, delightful and beastly, wafting forth from within. Inside, we see the makings of a fantasy tourist trap, a dozen candlelit tables, shelves of tacky souvenirs, and old magical items scattered with little regard. In the center of it all, a counter with a cash register and menus, and behind that, a fantastic kitchen with open flames, fresh produce, and cabinets labeled Goblin, Kobold, and Koator. And in the middle of it all, the dwarf manager, Hungor Mealseeker, and his 3 most trusted employees at the ready on the most important day of their customer service lives. Hungor meets the eyes of his staff and gives a sly grin. Today is the most important day in our customer service lives. The health inspector will arrive for our first ever inspection. If we pass, we get a promotional sign on the road outside of Phandalin, and I'll double all of your salaries. If we fail, I'll be so disappointed that I'll have to randomly pick one of you and have the other 2 murder them. Like I said, this is a very important day. Now, we have to go over a complete plan before the health inspector. Hungor is interrupted by the entrance of a tall halfling for a halfling. It's the tallest halfling you've ever seen, with dead eyes and pale skin. And he looks up and says, "Did I hear health inspector?" "Early as always. My name is Welby, and shall you fail me, you'll be done be." "Hungor, who are these morons?" Hungor looks at you and says, "Please, introduce yourself to the kind health inspector."
Well, it's funny you should be called Welby. My name is Zaxby's. I'm the union rep at this hunk of junk, and I'm also a janitor. But when I'm not doing that, I'm a gnome druid who likes nature quite a bit. Nice to meet you, Welby, and hopefully you won't be seeing too much of me.
And I glide over gracefully. I'm a tall, slender half-elf in a resplendent tuxedo, which is kind of disproportionately formal for this place. Who knows what evil lurks in the... my name is Daryl McStraw. I can recommend many wonderful seats in this establishment. Please, take your pick. And then I walk away and don't show him to his seat at all.
Hey, I need some help back in the kitchen. I'm the head chef. I'm Gaston Chief, not to be confused with chef. I'm a classically trained French cuisine artist. Nice to meet you.
Didn't you, just to get it correct, you said Gaston Chief?
That's right. Chief's my last name, not to be confused with chef, which is my job.
Very well. Let's see how you all do. And the health inspector walks to the front of the establishment and flips a simple sign from closed to open.
Order up! Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one.
Oh.
We haven't. I'll get the grilling going.
Hungor opens the door and sees the first customer of the day and says,
Yeah.
"Hello, welcome to the Goblin.
A tall fire genasi enters the door with a flourish and seats herself. "Hello, I would like your finest of meal. Whatever it is that you serve here. I don't really..."
Gaston promptly walks his way over excitedly, both wearing his chef's apron and an askew chef's hat with a menu, and he hands it to you. "Well, hello there, customer. Nice to meet you. We serve the finest goblin burgers. Goblin burgers. We got goblin stew. We got goblin shrimps. We got filet of cuckoo.
Goblin shrimps, you say?
Well, I mean that's not on the menu, but I've been serving. Look, okay, I went crawdad fishing with my cousin Jerry, and we just happened to. Well, it's a long story, but anyway,
I'll have that.
You want the special?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Would you like any sides? I do coleslaw.
Sure. Yes, of course.
Okay, coming right up.
Thank you.
Hey, can I get you some water? Can I get some water for the kitchen? You got it. All right, I'll be right back.
Zaxby's pops up out of nowhere. Perhaps you'd also like a flagon of ale or maybe a nice after-dinner tipple.
Just water. Thank you.
Oh, glad to be of service. And then he goes away.
Hungor walks over and goes, "Zaxby, why are you being creepy already?"
Well, it's part of my heritage. Me and all the other dwarves, we like to pop in at an opportune moment and cause mischief and then back up as though we've failed our quest.
Oh, man, bad excuse.
Glad I could be of service.
Gaston returns with what appears to be mangled crawdads, half peeled, still like twitching a little bit, and the slaw looks more like something that you would throw up rather than serve. And he kind of thrusts the plate onto the table. Now listen, all right, let me explain how this is gonna go. You're gonna take.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready? Well, I was making sure I had your permission before I told you how you're going to eat this. You take the crawdads, you got to peel them a little bit. Now, if they're kind of squirmy and pinchy, don't worry about that. It's no big deal. The health inspector's going to love that. We call it a la carte. Now I garnished them a little bit with some French blend spices, Old Bay, and then I've served you a nice dipping sauce. It's French for crouton.
Okay. All right.
Enjoy.
I begin picking at the crawfish. Somewhat concerned about the quality of the food, but I make my way to peel a crawdad.
I'm excitedly watching you. Like I'm sitting at the table like this.
It pinches at a finger, but I manage to swat it off, and I shove the whole thing in my mouth. This is delicious. At which point, I take the plate and consume them all.
Well, crammed.
Can you roll a performance check? Just give me this. Right. Oh, you brought your BYOD. Yeah, go ahead. This is. Okay. Oh, we're starting off pro level here.
You weren't supposed to eat the whole thing.
Oh yeah, they go all over the floor in your face. And you're like picking them up off the floor, eating them, trying to be cool.
It's not cool. It's very uncool.
I start kicking some dust on them purposefully. Oh, no, there's a little extra garnish. You just got to put a little extra man.
I continue eating, even though I'm now on the floor. It's unpleasant to watch. But suddenly, as I'm sitting there, my face goes pale, and immediately I stand up and I make a face and I leave.
Well, that seemed like some regular food service, more or less.
Oh, I think it went pretty good, actually.
I walk up and take the remaining refuse and put it into a bag of holding that's shaped like a janitor's accoutrement.
Oh, we have another customer, it appears. Let's see how you do with this one.
6 foot human male wearing bright, shiny silver armor and hair about like 3 feet long, just like golden. He walks in the door, he pushes it even if it's not in his way, like he just makes a motion to shove it out of his way.
Please roll a strength check on that. That's a nat 20. The door, you slam the door and it explodes. The door just completely explodes off its hinges. It goes flying away into the sky. It is just, it's weird, and you enter the establishment.
Hello, my name is Amithzalicus.
Hello. Let me get the chef. Hey, we got another customer.
Oh, all right. And I come out and I'm actually like stirring a giant pot full of live fish. It's not actually warm at all. It's just live fish. Just getting the stew ready. Hi, my name's Gaston Chief, the head chef. Don't get him.
Stew?
Yeah, I got it right here in my hands. Yeah, well, your armor's real shiny. Do you mind if I use it? That's a nice flat griddle. I could probably use that. You want some pancakes?
Sure.
Good. Stay right there. Take that armor off. I'll put it on the table. I'll be right back.
And as you say this, scoot down, another patron enters the open door of the restaurant as well. Oh, no, your hand.
Gaston returns with a small bit of tinder, and he starts building a fire underneath your armor to heat it.
This whole time, Daryl has just been kind of surreptitiously taking out a measuring tape and like making notes to himself and writing out it seems to be a map of this entire place.
Intriguing. Gaston, what is this person doing? Could you please help this guest? It clearly needs assistance.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm gonna get this fire lit, and I pull out some lighter fluid from underneath my robe, my apron, and I just douse his armor in it, and I just light it up. And just let that cook and simmer for a minute. I'll be right back. Don't worry.
Standing there like flexing any muscle I have.
Okay.
Just being like.
I accidentally set the table on fire on. Accidentally. And then I tend to the other. Hello, my name is Gaston Chief, the head chef. How can I help you? You don't look well.
Water.
What? We don't have water here. As I'm stirring the fish pot. I've got lemonade. Sweet tea lemonade.
I have the water I've been using to slop up all the leftover food. Would you like a gulp of that?
I take the bucket of fishy water, and I just start pouring it in on her, hoping some gets in her mouth.
Can you roll a dex check on that?
I broke my
Wait, is it a saving throw? You want a saving throw or what? It doesn't matter. It's a 3.
Oh yeah, you spill it all around this guest, with fish and water and all.
I broke my sobriety streak, and now I'm paying for it. Why? Why did I do that?
Daryl walks up holding a polished brass ewer and a very fine pewter cup and says, I know what secrets you hide. I have in my training seen many like yourself. You hide. I cast vicious mockery on you. And I slowly pouring water in your face into this cup, holding it tauntingly in front of you.
How dare you?
Gaston is picking up the fish and then just haphazardly throwing them onto the fired armor and table. Now, we just gotta let those sear for a few minutes. Don't worry about the scales, add extra crunch. We call that a la carte in French.
So the meal is served, and you have, you're both there at the same time. What do you do in regards to your meal?
I standing there as the meal is brought to me. I almost completely ignore the meal and ask him, "Do you want to know about my name?"
I do.
Sure, I'll bite.
Go ahead, ask me.
Don't do it's a trap.
Amos?
Are you Amos?
No, I'm a legend.
Good one.
Can you roll a performance check? 20 again.
I mean, great one. Wow, I'm really impressed. You're pretty good.
You make that joke. It is so good that the door returns from the sky and reaffixes itself in place.
I was meanwhile using the bits of the broken door to feed the fire into my armor.
And you are now lit ablaze, the strongest beast in the room. Great job.
I wish I were you.
Doesn't everyone? I wish I was me.
I pick up the burned fish. They're just basically pieces of charcoal now, and I serve them to her. Here, enjoy a fillet of fish. Oh, sorry, no, it's Kyoto.
They kind of look like rocks.
Kind of look like. Did you say his fish look like rocks?
It's black, and it's staring at me.
This is unacceptable in our establishment.
Okay.
I expect you to deal with customers as we would people that we don't want their money from.
Oh, right. I'll sing him a song then. Because I have my folk hero, apparently.
I'm usually so much nicer. I'm just so hungover.
As the hungover patron leans over, the super flaming strong person flexes and departs the restaurant, having succeeded.
My meal to go.
Take me with you.
Another patron enters through the reformed door. Hungor looks at the dazed, drunken hungover and says, what would make you feel the best?
I just want to feel hydrated. Just something nice and wet and not full of sugar.
I can try to de-sugar the sweet tea. I'll do that, but we got another guest.
Someone else enters the establishment. Hungor says, hello, what can we do for you today?
I am the glorious meatloaf. I'm a
Everyone's
6 foot tall barbarian, bald, covered in head tattoos. I require all of your substance now, and ale,
Wait.
and an extra chair.
You said your name was Meatloaf?
Fantastic meatloaf.
Fantastic. I only make superb meatloaf. Let me...
And only the food that is fantastic.
Well, you should probably go somewhere else. No, do not. Listen, I am the chef here. I will cook her a fantastic meal. Just hold on right there.
And an extra chair.
Hungor says, we can do anything about food, but we won't do that.
Can I take a chair from another table and drag it over to me?
Yes, let's see if you can do it without them noticing. Give me a roll here. Oh, nope, you go to grab the chair and you hit the hungover person in the face. The hungover person, hold on. You're dead.
And like a bat out of hell, Zaxby's runs in and puts the dead patron into the bag of holding.
Wait, I was gonna use her for nuggets.
You are now in a bag of holding, just so you know. We good? Okay, cool. And you're fulfilling a meatloaf order.
Yeah, well, you hear from in the kitchen, from behind closed doors. You hear the shriek of what might be a kobold going, "Ah!" and then a loud thud, and then I bring dragging out a full-sized kobold, bloodied face, and I say, "Listen, I got some nuggets for you. Hold on, I'm gonna cook these up."
Is it still alive?
No, it's dead. No, it's dead. Fresh.
Is it freshly dead?
Oh, very fresh.
I will take it as it is.
It is the freshest. Oh, what? Oh, well, I brought you some catsup, some ketchup, and some barbecue sauce.
I require no condiments. The dead kobold, please.
Now, the question becomes, is that a condiment or is it a dressing? I don't really know. I'll give you all three. Enjoy your meal. And I just leave the dead kobold in the floor.
Can I start eating it?
Yeah, totally.
Wait, Zaxby's walks up and casts Druidcraft to create a garnish on the kobold, to create a little twig. It's a cantrip, I believe.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I with great
Describe the full
pains and with a furrowed brow, I stand before you looking like I'm losing my mind, and I produce a small twig on top of your dead, bloodied kobold and say, now you should be able to enjoy it even more.
I'm just going to eat the twig and tear apart the kobold.
Let me see. Can you roll a constitution check? Let's see how you... Okay. You get about half of it. It's coming up out of your throat as you also eat it. You're like, oh, and it's coming up. It's really gross. It's the grossest. But you're still conveying a sense of badassery.
Gaston pulls up a chair right in front of you, flips it around, and he's sitting like this, watching you eat.
Can I kick him out of the chair and take the chair?
How do you like it?
Let's both have you roll just a straight up strength on each other. Go, give me a roll. Boom, boom, boom. What do you get? Oh no, she got you.
Oh, I'm bad.
Yeah. You kick the chair out from underneath, and the chair goes flying. It hits the wall, and you fall ass first to the ground.
I'm sitting in the blood. Ooh, this is still warm. How do you like the meal?
It is most fantastic. And then I throw it up, take the chair, and leave.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Thank you for the fantastic chair. Have a good day.
Have a splendid day.
The health inspector looks at you sitting in a pool of blood, feeling its temperature, and goes, -1 for blood on the floor.
And like a bat out of hell, Zaxby's runs over to the blood and starts putting it in the bag of holding.
You have the grossest bag of holding.
Oh, yeah.
2 more patrons enter the establishment.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'll be with you in 1 second. Just seat yourself wherever you like. We got plenty of room. My name's Gaston. I'll be waiting on you.
At this point, a rather gaunt tall tiefling warlock just comes in, sits down, and says nothing.
Well, hello to you too.
Well, hello to you too.
Well, hello to you three.
Well, hello to you three.
Well, you got me.
Well, you got me.
Sure this isn't a Kenku? Hi there, other person.
Hi there, other person.
Do you have a name?
Do you have a name?
Why are you doing that?
Why are you doing that?
Stop accusing me.
Stop accusing me.
I didn't accuse you of nothing.
I ain't accusing you of nothing.
Hungor walks over and goes, clearly we can see what's happening here.
Yes.
I'm a big dummy and I like to eat snot.
I'm a big dummy and I like to eat snot.
Daryl walks over to the other patron, puts away something he's been working on. It's, what have you done? Why are you putting on such a display in my restaurant? No, I must. I'm going to cast detect magic. No.
You cast detect magic. Patron, is there any magic he should be detecting at this point in time?
What
God,
would you like
we
to
got
eat?
2 songbirds up in here.
Can I?
Excuse me, I brought my own dishes, if you don't mind.
I do mind. They're clean.
You'll get used to that.
What? No, I don't want to.
Oh.
It's fine.
Well, they say there's a first time for everything, and now I've seen it all. Clean dishes in this dump.
Speaking of, what would you like to eat?
Also, when you said that, the health inspector made a big note on the sheet.
Zaxby's looks over and winks really loudly.
I'm gonna have a look at what the patron's laying out here.
Sure. Patron, what are you laying out here?
My things.
It's about as good as you're gonna get there.
I bring out a cutting board with a couple of pieces of raw chicken, and I say, "Does this look tasty to you?"
I can make my own thing.
What? How? Are you gonna build a fire right here? This is my kitchen. Ain't nobody be making food in here except me. No, I can't. I work here. I don't move. I can't. All right, well, enjoy. Bon appetit. I work here. I can't be.
At this point, another patron enters the restaurant. There are now 3, and things are getting very confusing.
Hi. Is this a restaurant for pets?
Oh yeah, she sure is. Hi, my name's Gaston Chief, the head chef. Nice to meet you.
Hold on, I forgot to introduce myself. So, my name is Teresa Vinal, and I am here today with my 6 wolves because it has been 30 minutes since they stopped peeing on my bed, and I feel that we reward good behavior. So, I heard that this was a place I could come to give them a really good meal, and also me, because I'm hungry.
Did you collect it by chance? It makes a really good brine.
6 wolves enter the restaurant.
Oh boy, I ain't had so much fresh dog in a while.
Just be careful though, because one of them has mange, but I believe in the natural immune system taking care of it. So.
Zaxby's uses his ability to speak with beasts and says, "Hey, which one of you guys got mange?"
Mams.
You can
Which
speak
one
to
of these mams have mange?
Which one of these mams have mange?
One wolf looks up at you and goes, "Hey, it's me."
Okay, well, you should probably keep to yourself.
Oh no, I'm friends with all the wolves. They call me Mangy. Woo woo.
Okay, well, seeing as you're self-aware and exuberant, maybe just be mindful today. We have the health inspector present.
No problem. Don't piss me off or I'll bite you.
And only you heard that.
Okay, and I wink again very bigly at one of the wolves.
I'm gonna try to escort the wolves into the kitchen. I open the door and I'm like, this way.
Animal
I can't
handling
whistle,
check.
so.
Give me
I come in and follow them.
No. You have to stay.
Why?
You're a guest here.
But they're my guests too.
No,
I
I'm
said-
taking them out back.
No.
It's safer there for them.
Staying here.
Can you roll an animal handling check and can you roll a persuasion check?
16.
Go ahead and just roll it. Oh no, you were not persuasive at all. In fact, you can't get into the kitchen as the chef easily takes your 6 wolves behind the counter. Meanwhile, someone else is just still sitting silently in the restaurant.
And I easily take my 10 claws out and I'm ready to have a fight.
All right, roll for initiative.
Oh. I got us 10.
You guys too.
Are my weapon
19.
Can I choose a
18.
frying pan as my like mace?
You got 18.
I got a 7.
7. All right.
I like the sound of that.
All right, you got a 19. You are standing in the dining room. What do you do? Okay, great. Grab the dice. Where to go? Here you go. Roll that. I'll add the modifier. What's your arm class?
14.
That's not going to do anything. So you lunge and you can't help but to see that the wolves are leaving you further behind. It's very, very sad. And then I think you're next up in the order.
Okay, I cast Minor Illusion, and the illusion is a gigantic chewable bone.
Okay. Where are you casting it?
At the massive wolves that we have, presumably present in the same room as us, right?
Yeah, they're not in the kitchen yet, I don't think.
Thank you. I don't know what that person's goal is. Okay. So you cast a large bone for the wolves, but they're already back there, so they're not going to change behavior. They're sticking back towards the kitchen right now.
Okay, I didn't really.
Okay, you're good. Moves on to the chef.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hands up and go, whoa, 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 whoa! I don't like to fight. I just like to cook, unless I'm fighting with a tasted wolf. Ha ha! And I lunge at her with my frying pan. I'm aiming for non-lethal knockout damage.
Okay. You roll for attack.
That's a 10?
No, that's not going to do it. You go and you swing, but you miss. So this is just turning into one scrappy hell of a fight. You're up in the order.
Sure. I walk up to the patron who hasn't spoken in a while, and I say, I feel so pretty.
I feel so pretty.
I'm content with this being my turn.
Can I speak to a manager, please?
I'm right here. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I feel that the service here has been really poor. You sent my precious wolves to the back to eat like animals. And
whoa, hold on. Stop there. We sent your wolves to eat like animals. Where's the problem? What's the problem?
They're not animals. They are companions. They are my friends. And I personally I feel this is a bit personal. You understand that, right? Yep.
Upon hearing that, the mangy wolf emerges from the kitchen on 2 feet and looks directly at you and says for everyone to understand,
that's right. We're more than wolves. We're like people.
Oh, no, well, if you'd said they were your friends and they were gonna dine here, that was different.
That's why we came here.
Oh, I thought you brought me some more supplies.
all the wolves stand up and pull knives.
Oh, man.
Great, now I got more help in the kitchen.
One of them looks at you and goes, I've always wanted to be a sous chef, and proceeds to put on an apron. The other 5 do the wolf equivalent of flipping the bird and leave the kitchen.
Well,
you now have a sous chef. Yeah, and
I haven't started dicing onions.
You have 5 of your wolves back.
This is on the house, right?
Yeah, why not? Zaxby's walks up to the tiefling and hands them a mirror.
Okay, you do that.
And then just nods knowingly and walks away.
You know, this is a restaurant. Maybe if you got people food, you'd see more results.
Look, I'm the janitor, and union rules say that I only do one job and one job only.
I'm an all of forgiveness. I will be willing to overlook this horrible transgression if you could make us, all of us, a New Year mercenary. It's a simple request.
Hungor just looks at you and casts Hero's Feast. He's like, screw it! And he just casts Hero's Feast, which in the dining room materializes an absurd amount of food and drink. He says, take it, just take it and get out of here.
No, I think we'll sit here and dine like we meant to.
No, right?
Come on, everybody, let's go.
A bounty of food appears before the silent figure in the dining room.
There's more people we've had in this restaurant in the last 10 minutes than we've had all year last year. I like it. I like where this is going, guys. We're getting some good business. Is she all right?
What about our self-sufficient patron? I haven't checked in with them in a while. You got everything you need still?
I'll be in the kitchen.
Well, this is the ideal customer for me. No work for us, am I right?
Seriously, don't know what that person is up to. The manager looks at you both and goes, are you satisfied? Have you completed what you set here to do?
Are you satisfied? Have you completed what you set here to do?
Boy, I'm satisfied. I'm done in your restaurant.
Boy, I'm satisfied. I'm done in your restaurant.
And he looks at you with the 5 wolves and says, are you good to go?
Yes, we are very good to go, and we'll be taking those leftovers with us, and I might recommend some more friends to come.
Write us a Yelp review.
Yep.
I will. I'll roll out real
1 star, that's the
Yelp
best.
review.
1 star, that's the best.
You take the entirety of the rest of the feast, leaving the restaurant without all that food in the common area.
Yes. We did leak the plates clean because we believe about cleaning up after ourselves.
No,
could you please?
Dang it!
Thank you for cleaning this place better than you left it. I really appreciate it. It'll make life so much easier for me later on.
What is happening?
I really like this lady.
2 more patrons enter the
Thank you.
restaurant. The health inspector looks at you all and says, is there a shower in your restaurant?
No, this isn't a gymnasium. This is a restaurant.
I'll put that in my needs of things to renovate. We're good.
Oh.
There is only what sanitation you bring here with you.
The manager looks to the door and says, "Oh, 2 new patrons."
Not a patron. Got supplies. This is a human with a very large box of strange and multicolored, potentially root vegetables. I walk straight through the thing and into the kitchen.
Wait, what do you do? I follow her. Just like, what? You can't go back there. Don't go back there.
Weekly drop off. Got a subscription.
I usually just get it from the back or the other dumpsters in the restaurants around.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I signed us up for Root Crate. All sorts of root vegetables, turnips, and radishes and all that.
Rutabagas, parsnips.
Is the wolf still in the back?
Carrots.
Yeah, the wolf is the wolf is like cleaning up. The place looks better than ever.
This is my dream.
This is worse than I thought it was. I kicked the wolf out. You're fired. You're gone.
The wolf goes, "This was to be my creative session of life. This was to be my phase of beauty."
I cast sleep on the wolf.
The wolf falls asleep. There is now a sleeping wolf in an apron on the floor in your kitchen. The health inspector writes that down. The other patron, Hungor looks at the other patron and goes, "Oh, hello, welcome to our restaurant/gift shop."
Hello. She's very nervous. I ordered a meal yesterday, and it's not satisfactory.
Oh, well, please just step up to the counter. My lovely employees will help you with that.
I'm still in the kitchen dealing with these root vegetables.
Yes, please tell me more about your meal.
So yesterday, I bought a meal, and the greens, and they were not green.
Would you perhaps consider, and I just walk away at this point, tending to something else. Would you perhaps consider that they were rotted?
Perhaps, which is why I have decided to bring it back.
I can tell, and I just...
She presents a container that has half of it eaten. But
Okay.
they are definitely not all green.
I see your dilemma.
They were not very good.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I heard something now. Wait, you didn't like my food?
No, sir.
What did you order?
The greens.
I don't serve just greens. Let me look at it. I'd take the plate. And I see that there are bits of owlbear feathers and hair still in it.
Gross.
There's definitely like a half-carved eyeball. Oh, let's see this. You see this? This right here is what we like to call a Faerun olive. And these are the garnishes. You're not supposed to eat these. This is just the garnish. I just gave you a plate of garnish.
Can you roll a persuasion check?
Can I help him out with that?
Yeah. If you role play it.
Yeah.
Did you just
there.
Yeah, did you just go to 1? Can
Yeah.
you role play?
Sure.
Give me a persuasion check.
This seems to be up to our usual standards. I don't see why this merits complaint.
All right.
At a
so
15.
Yep. So you with the 1, you're about to drop the ball completely on it, and you're about to save it. Go ahead and issue your final complaint regarding this meal.
May I please get a refund for the meal? I wasn't able to finish it because it wasn't very good.
Wait, you want to give the meal back? You want to refund the meal? Wait, you're going to refund the meal?
I would like you to refund me my money.
Oh, I didn't actually charge you. Talk to these jabronis.
Yep, that's how you drop the ball on that. Yep.
Well, union regulations stipulate, sorry, my mind's going in reverse, that you file a formal complaint and that in 4 to 6 weeks we'll get back to you and deposit the amount of money into an account of some sort or...
And how do I go about writing out that formal complaint?
Well, normally I'd be the one to help you because I'm the union rep, but I'm actually on my 10-minute break right now, so...
So I'll be with you in 10 minutes.
Thereabouts.
Darryl resolves this with that previous roll. Your persuasion will resolve this for the better. Go ahead.
If I believe my friend here is upholding the best good standards of this restaurant, which is you get what you get. I'm sorry.
Gaston, he flips the plate in the air and he stomps off, ranting it loudly. He's like, I spent 6 years in France scrubbing pots and pans, cooking rice, and eating croissants. I had croissants. And he just walks into the kitchen just flailing about.
Okay. And you receive your satisfactory explanation from Daryl at this point. Is there anything you choose to say before you depart?
Is there anyone higher I could go to?
Hungor turns around and stares into the corner blankly.
Oh, wait, I can do one more thing for you. Hold out that food.
And I flipped the plate. I flipped the plate and just I let it scatter. It's everywhere.
Okay, I find part of it on the ground, and I cast Druidcraft to create a little flower on top of part of the eyeball and say, doesn't that look pretty? Well, have a good day.
Can I talk to the patron in the back?
Yeah.
I still have somebody back there with my
Yeah,
sleeping
you cut to the kitchen with the box with the roots in it.
Well, I'm sorry.
He's been distracted a little bit here, right, during this. So during that period of distraction, I will have looked for a kitchen knife and a pot. And
You would have found both rusted.
Yeah, you find both hanging there, rusted and beat down.
okay, that's fine. I'm going to start chopping vegetables.
The ones you brought?
Yeah, just a few of them.
Totally. You're doing that. You're doing all this while they're having an ordeal in the other room.
Cool. Yeah, and I walk in and I see you cutting them with the knife. I'm like, oh, for the love of goodness, did we? And I poke my head back out the kitchen. I'm like, did we hire somebody new? Did y'all not tell me about this?
No, full service subscription.
Hungor looks at you and goes, we had a wolf that you put to sleep. And gestures to the wolf that's on the floor in the kitchen.
Must guarantee product quality. So we perform tests before we drop this off. So
Right, Root Crate was recommended by the Better Business Bureau. I thought it was actually a great investment for our restaurant. I heard about it on a podcast, actually.
So you have succeeded in chopping all the root vegetables in the kitchen.
not all of them. I just want a small set, and it's going to be in a pan. I'm going to start cooking them.
You start cooking the root vegetables. You have cooked them to completion.
Okay, I'm going to eat them.
You eat the root vegetables.
I'm gonna walk out and I'm gonna get and I'm just gonna be like, we got somebody back here who is serving themselves and eating our food. We're gonna charge them money. I mean, this is a pretty good deal actually. We got a new restaurant idea on our hands.
You have finished the vegetables.
I'm going to write out a receipt and drop that off with the rest of the root vegetables and depart, having accomplished my goal.
You leave having cooked and eaten the root vegetables.
Having made my own meal in the kitchen.
Wonderful. As you go out the door, another patron comes on in.
So you see an extremely pissed off human bard, half covered in like blackened soot on one side, holding an arm, an actual arm, skeletal, with a gauntlet on the end, walks up to the chef and whaps him in the face with it.
Do I get to roll anything? Can I try to avoid a skeletal gauntlet arm?
Yeah, just go ahead. Give me a roll. Give me like a dex.
So 16.
Yeah, you do a Neo Matrix deal. You're like, ooh, skeleton gauntlet arm over the top, and you stand back up. You're impressed with yourself for pulling this off.
Does it graze my chef's hat as it's cocked askew after all this?
Leaves a little cut in your chef's hat. You'll always remember this moment for the rest of your life.
Now, excuse me, what tarnation do you think you're doing?
Look, okay, you know something? When I go with a friend, we're gonna go and get a bite to eat. Usually friends don't spontaneously combust when they leave the restaurant. You, me, pieces of dawn.
Wait, did your friend have the flaming hot fire poppers?
Maybe.
Listen, I told him not to do it. It was full of some stuff I didn't even know what it was. I got it off this little gnome-looking guy out back. He said they were a great party trick, but I decided to cook them up in some meatballs.
Yeah, that dude was sketchy. He was always scavenging for stuff in the Underdark. I don't really know what kind of crap he was finding down there.
It was a special, hey, eat at your own risk. Bon appetit. And I walk off.
I'm standing there with this arm, just like laying there with smoke curling down, like going, well, where do I put it now?
Just leave it. What? Just leave it. Just put it down.
Wonk.
There you go.
Okay, so no duel then? None of that?
No, sorry about that, but you're still alive, so kudos to you. Good job. You survived the fire popper crackers.
Okay, can I at least get a washcloth or something? My friend.
We don't have a shower here, as one patron so eloquently pointed out. Where did that voice come from?
I note the fish flopping on the floor, and I'm just like, yeah, so I take a fish, kind of wipe myself off with the fish, walking out the door, having completed my goal of at least challenging someone to a duel.
Oh, very good, very good.
Okay.
Thanks for helping with the fish.
Another patron has been in the restaurant watching this entire situation pass and looks to you all and says,
a flamboyant elven bard rises, using a sending spell to broadcast some sort of message. Hey, followers, welcome to Elf Mealtime. I know you're all happy to be here. I, for one, am hungry to be here. So, after that dreadful wait, I'd like to order all of your food.
Can you roll, what was there? Where'd the big one go? Can you roll this? You are live streaming to 13 viewers.
Yes! Twice as many as last time.
I walk up to our newest patron, excited that he is very excited about eating all of my food.
Hi, my name is Gaston Chief. I'm the head chef. Nice to meet you. What can I get for you?
Yes, I'd like all your food and I can totally pay for it.
Oh, wow! This is, I always dreamed of this day. Every meal up till now was just a test. This is the real show, the real game. Oh boy, here we go! And I just run off into the kitchen.
Okay.
I unfold my legs, stand up from the chair I've been sitting in, and start to collect the scattered remains of fish and prawns from the floor, because clearly we have someone we need to impress here.
All right, followers, we see here some sort of local scavenger person. Make sure to like and subscribe.
I bring out several T-bones, and they're all they've got pieces of wood stuck in them, charred. The T-bones are only cooked from the center; they're actually raw on the outside. And then I also bring you an extremely hot, lava temperature, boiling green goo. It's bubbling, and then I also bring you some firecracker poppers.
I had a few left over.
I'm gonna eat the firecracker poppers first.
Okay. Go ahead, you eat them. Where'd that go? Give me a roll right here. Yeah, you slowly start to explode in the restaurant. You know it's about to happen. You can feel it. You have this awareness, but you know it is inevitable. And within the next 5 minutes, you will explode.
All right, followers, in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna explode. Live on sending for all of you to listen to or something, however that spell works.
Roll again one more time for me. After you say that, you have 13 viewers.
Yes! Didn't lose anyone this time. Way better than last time I exploded.
Another patron is sitting in the establishment.
Hi, my name is Gaston Chief. I'll be your waiter. I'm also the head chef. Nice to meet you. What can I get you?
Hello. A large humanoid with fiery red hair and gold eyes comes in very just resplendent, kind of foppish, with gold cape. It's like, oh, this is a nice establishment you have here, although it seems to be getting damaged quite a lot.
What do you mean by
I mean, you've got blood and gore and everywhere. And,
no, those are new. It's a French decor. You wouldn't understand.
The health inspector writes down a whole lot at that point.
Does that include all the shoes and the flowers as well?
Absolutely. Haven't you ever heard that fairy tale about the lady that lives in her shoe with the flowers?
Well, I have heard about the lady that lives here, actually. She's trying to kick you out.
What? Oh, her again?
Yes. I heard word that she is taking up residence and wants you guys gone, actually. I'm here to offer services.
Wait, are you about to serve? Wait, I serve you. That's how this works.
No, I'm not serving you anything. I'm offering my services to serve you. Serve me.
I'm going to walk up to this guy and do the best impression I can of the lady who was in here earlier and is apparently not here anymore.
I'm getting my contractors.
Is this some kind of eminent domain squatting situation?
Wait, was the deep gnome the one who was squatting?
What is...
We're all squatting here in some sense of the word. There's 3 minutes till you explode violently.
So are you...
I'm going to time it so I explode right before I have to pay the bill.
Can you roll that to see how well you time this? Nine. You're going to be 9 seconds early on that explosion. The humanoid is still standing there.
So, are you asking for a jorb?
I don't really work for people, I work with them.
Are you some kind of shakedown protection racket mafia type guy?
I mean, that's such a bad way to put it.
If you're not gonna order something off the menu, I can't help you.
What if the chef special was to hire my men?
No, the chef special today is some crawdads that I got from my cousin Jerry and I went crawdad fishing. It's a long story, but they're on the menu. It's a special.
But you could hire my men and then hire them to eat them.
Look, this is a union shop. I'm not gonna hire no scabs, okay? So if you want to work here, you gotta.
Scabs. They have very few scabs.
Oh, so they're healthy. Okay.
No, it's pronounced scabies.
Oh, scabies. Okay.
Yes, they do all have those.
All right, so you want the special or not?
I'll try it.
Yep, you're exploding in about 20 seconds. What do you do?
All right, viewers, this is my final, second for final show. I'll be back when I get resurrected.
And you explode. As you go, what is your final word? As you drift away, you say one word.
Like.
Zaxby begins the long task of putting as many of the bits and parcels into the bag of holding as he can scoop.
Elf blood and guts explode, breaking a small hole in one of the walls. Blood and gore are everywhere throughout the restaurant. The humanoid is taken aback and stumbles a few feet backwards, covered in guck.
Oh. This is just...
Can we...
I did what I could, but you didn't take my offer.
On second thought, can we hire you to just help clean, maybe?
No. If you can help me collect, I got a new sauce idea.
Oh, okay, yeah. Never mind. You can leave.
The health inspector writes something down. Another patron enters.
A 3'4", what appears to be a goblin, boldly walks into the room. I demand to see the owner of this establishment.
Hungor turns around from standing in the corner with his face. He goes, owner here, what can I do for you?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you look delicious.
This is just a polymorph gone wrong. I am a noble, a beautiful human noble. I demand to eat your finest wolf, foie gras.
How does he know we serve wolves?
This is a moral problem. Someone comes in looking like a menu item and demands to eat my latest employee.
To prove it, you can put it on a bed of whatever's on his head. And a goblin burger.
That's cannibalism. I don't take kindly to that sort of... That's just wrong.
You sound like you do.
It's wrong. All wrong. No, I won't. No.
Are you a chef?
Yeah, I am. I'm
a true chef.
Yeah.
Then
the greatest
make me
of
what
all.
I demand.
Well, all right, you can have a goblin burger.
Wolf foie gras. I saw
I'll give you
six fine-looking wolves
tear,
walking out of here.
Yeah, how about wolf tear?
Hungor runs into the kitchen, grabs the wolf, wakes him up, stands him up, names him Roger, and keeps him forever. He says, "This is now my son. I will die before I let you eat my son."
I don't know how to react. What are we going to do about this man?
Guys, I got an idea. You can make any old thing, and I can cast an illusion spell and maybe make it look like what he wants, and then maybe he'll shut up.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I walk up resplendent. I cast light on myself so as to give myself an illusion of brilliance. Walk up to this fine patron and say, "Clearly you are a man of class. I can say this despite your lowly temporary form. I know that you have no small degree of taste about you, and I'm just waving you on while you prepare an illusion."
Yeah. So I grabbed like some leftover kobold. I had some in the back, and I just start grinding it up into just like a ground patty meat, and I just kind of cobble it together and start tearing it apart. I got some wolf tear right here, and I just leave it haphazardly on a plate raw, still slightly warmed, not cold. And I hand it, here you go, here's that wolf tear.
I finished casting my illusion, and then immediately afterward, again, cast a druidcraft cantrip to create a nice little garnish that I display daintily on top of it, and then very nervously hand the plate over to our new patron.
Can I have all of you just give me a roll, and we're going to kind of average them out here. That was a good team effort. That's
20.
nat 20.
I got a 6.
17.
I got a 17.
I got 17 and 20. So this fools you. You think this is the wolf order you have.
Oh my goodness. This is exactly what I desired. Just like one of those beautiful wolves out there. And I gobble it up.
As you gobble it up, Hungor walks in, throws a bowl down in front of you, and goes, "All right, if you're not a goblin, this is goblin stew. Eat just a little."
I gulp. Okay. Sorry, Joe.
Miles away, Joe's mother, a single tear comes out of her goblin eye. You can never undo what has been done. You are full and satisfied, and also scarred for life. Thank you for coming. Another patron enters the establishment.
Gaston comes out with the goblin burger. Well, I got your second course. Where the hell did he go? Hi, I'm Gaston Chief, the head chef, also your waiter. How can I serve you?
My name is Spud.
Spud? I cook those.
Yeah, I heard that you have a job opening in the kitchen, and I so long to work for you. I've heard about you. It's Master Chief, right? The chef?
Only some people call me Master.
I've heard far and wide about your amazing skills in the kitchen, and I just want to be your sous chef.
Roger Wolf looks really nervous right now. Roger Wolf is standing in the kitchen on his hind legs doing one of these back and forth, like staring at you on every beat for your next words.
You got to talk to my manager about job openings. We got a whole hiring process, apparently.
I've got my CV with me. I'm ready to go. Any sort of thing. I just want to work in the kitchen with you.
Hey, boss, I could use a new apprentice janitor. Maybe Wolf can come with me, help me lap up, and we can get us a new sous chef. How about that?
Roger Wolf looks at you and goes, "I'm a creative. I'm here to make culinary treats, not to clean up gore."
I think this can only be settled by a culinary challenge of the arts.
Like that one.
Sounds good to me.
In that moment, the entire lighting in the building changes. It's become a goddamn Iron Chef stage. Roger Wolf whips off his apron and puts on a t-shirt that says, "I'm for lunch." He looks over at you, who's just entered. He growls softly through his lips and says, "What will you be making today?"
I pull out a very dusted, blackened chest that looks like it hasn't been touched for probably 20 years, and I say, "I've been waiting so long to do this."
Roll a performance check.
It's an 11.
Okay, it's mediocre. Go ahead.
I open the chest and I go, "I present to you your ingredients." And I release a kraken tentacle, and it pops up like one of those snakes out of a cannon and just falls flat.
Okay, one big kraken tentacle falls right there in the middle of the establishment.
You know who I'm going to be serving. Who am I giving this food to?
Me.
The health inspector sits down and unbuttons his shirt. He is like, "Ooh boy, here we go."
You have 60 minutes to get cracking.
Hungor boos you. And so the 60 minutes begins. The wolf and the patron both start aggressively cooking in the establishment as another patron comes in.
A elderly goblin walks into the establishment, and he looks to be covered in dirt, like he's been out in the field for many, many hours, or perhaps perusing a nearby cave with some cohorts of his. And he walks in, and he has a grimace on his face, and he looks around the entire establishment, and he's like, "Who's gonna serve me?"
Hi, I'm Gaston Chief. No, I got a lot of hats all of a sudden. I'm Gaston Chief, the head chef. I'm also your waiter, and apparently a judge on a new cooking show that no one's gonna watch.
And judging by your voices, related.
Apparently they're all related. How can I serve you today?
I got a question for you, sir.
Please fire away.
Why do you sound like me?
Well, I know I always sound like this. Why do you sound like me?
Hey, is it because you once took my job
And you like the way I talk so much, you started talking this way too?
No, I'm from a small part of Fayetteville called South Carolina. It's just south of Waterdeep.
Sounds like a piss poor station in life.
No, I studied culinary arts and things. Are you gonna order something or not? I'm tired of you patronizing me, you patron.
Roll a persuasion check. It is not enough. You still believe that you are yourself and that this is a different person than you.
Wait, I believe that I'm a different person?
No, you believe you're the same person. You both believe who you were individually. Neither of you is each other, so don't get too confused. Okay, bye.
Okay. Do you really want me to expose you in front of this health inspector?
Meanwhile, back in the kitchen, aggressively cooking is happening. The patron and the wolf are making food unlike you've ever seen. Tentacles and cracking are flicking against the wall. Quickly, the camera from the TV show turns to the chef, and the chef says, I gotta keep working. That's a very straightforward thing to say. The wolf raised to the sun. Woo! Back in the living room.
I mean the dining room.
The dining living room. It's just, the place has gone to hell.
Hey, I live to eat, so sounds good to me.
The two of you are staring at each other, questioning your own identities.
Who am I?
No, I'm just questioning his.
Who am I anyway? Who are any of us? It's a very existent. Speaking of eggs, we haven't made eggs Benedict in a while.
Back in the kitchen, the food is just going everywhere. This tentacle, the wolf is like eating half of it, and then the other half looks beautiful. The other chef has just lifted up the oven and is apparently shoving things on top of it. Oh, very nice seasoning. It's very nice. Back in the dining, some part of the building.
And I'm angrily pointing my finger. You can't take my identity. I am who I says I am.
I got one question for you.
I got one answer for you.
Cousin Jerry, how does he catch them crawfish?
Jerry, he usually takes a net and he just scoops them.
Lies! He swims after him himself. You imposter!
No, I'm not in pasta. That you put things in pasta. Do you understand English? Common? Do you?
Barely better than you.
Back in the kitchen, it's plating time, motherfucker! So the food is going on the plate. It looks beautiful. The two most wonderful plates ever. They're the first clean dishes to ever enter the Goblin as the wolf and the entering challenging chef, yes, a little bit of salt, comes out and delivers the two plates into the foyer. And there they are. Two plates. They're confused as which one of these southern-speaking creatures is the actual judge.
No, it's me. Give it to me. I'm hungry.
Oh, which one of them should we give the food to?
Well, Chief, you yourself said you're kind of busy right now, so maybe we give it to the new guy just to let you rest a little bit. As the union rep, I gotta say, you should probably be sticking to your mentioned job on your work papers and everything.
I cast Zone of Truth.
The wolf looks over at his competition, knowing that, feeling like that's a good move before the food competition. Zone of Truth has been cast. Moving forward, you must speak honestly.
You're right. I should adhere to my union job titles. You may go ahead, and I'm not angry about it. I'm just very disappointed that I can't eat that kraken.
The wolf gently puts the plate down on the table between the two.
Not me. Wait, between us?
Between the two of you.
Oh, okay.
And gestures for the other chef to do the same.
Please describe me your dish.
Well, I've made kraken tartare. I was so inspired by the dish that you made that I thought, we follow in your footsteps. So here, kraken tartare.
You spent an hour making tear.
Look, we all have our skills, chef. All right, I'm just looking to serve under you. Maybe I can learn your ways.
This kraken looks exactly the same as when I pulled it out of the box.
It's all in the seasoning.
What did you season it with? Did you take a nap back there?
I definitely did not take a nap. It may be seasoned with something a little special. You just gotta give it a try.
Did you put the firecracker popper dust in there?
No.
You can't lie.
I know I can't lie. No, it's not the poppers. No. It's my special recipe.
You go ahead and eat first. Guess first.
I will, Gaston.
It's okay, I went.
You start eating the Kraken tartare. The wolf puts their plate down in front of you and goes, I made cheese and Kraken. It's the first thing I've ever made. It's to be enjoyed as a light snack in a reception setting. And you look, and clearly it is just the ingredient and some cheese cubes.
Is it like sharp cheddar or like Velveeta?
It's like moldy orange cheese.
All right, the special reserve, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a special reserve.
The one I was going to feed the health inspector.
Oh, Lord, I want some of that.
The wolf looks at you, not knowing if you're talking about it or the food.
Oh, I want that mac and cheese. That Kraken and cheese.
Mac and cheese? That is, how dare he? The wolf lunges for your throat. Okay, cool. Hold on. Yep, it bites through it. The wolf, you are now bleeding from your neck. The wolf looks back and goes, I'm real sorry about that. Things got out of hand.
No, it's a really good. That's a really nice garnish, actually. I'll take whatever I'll take his version. I don't want this. I'll save this one. You added a little something extra at the end that I wasn't expecting, which really impressed me. And I start eating the Kraken.
And as I bleed out, I look to you and I say, "Burn in the 9 hells, Gaston!"
And like a bat out of hell, Zaxby runs up and stuffs the corpse into the bag of holding.
Okay. And the wolf turns to the other chef and extends a paw for a handshake.
Who exactly had my tartare?
I didn't need any of it.
Oh, well, you may not want to use that as a special sauce. There was a little something extra in the tartare.
Please tell me it's not faces.
Nope.
Oh, God.
Give us the truth. You are bound to speak it.
It may have had a little bit of nightshade in there. I'm so sorry. No, there'd be a zone of truth happening here. I just was looking to kill somebody to feel alive.
The wolf goes, badass! And like the whole place turns into a rock concert for about 17 seconds. And then we're back. And the chef leaves triumphant, hero for attempting to kill somebody. A few more patrons enter.
Zaxby is frantically trying to clean, but it seems like a lost cause at this point.
Hey, Zaxby, one of the chefs made you a nice snack.
Oh, which one?
The Kraken tartare.
No time to eat right now, though, sorry.
A tall figure enters with short, dirty blonde hair and very glamorous clothing adorned with sort of brass-colored embellishments. Hello, I've come for your finest meal.
We've had a lot of people asking for that lately. I think we should add it to the menu. Just call it finest meal.
In truth, it's all relative. And I point him to the not even half-eaten plates of Kraken tartare and Kraken cheese in front of him.
I'm unimpressed by this display.
We had guest chefs. They made a special dish.
I saw the television program.
Did you like what you saw?
I did.
Well, thanks for coming. What can I make you?
Screen.
My name's Gaston Chief. I'm the head chef and waiter. I'll be serving you. What?
I'm a follower of a certain sending streamer who said that your cuisine was explosive.
It's known to pop off.
May I sample it and any other dishes that you may offer?
Sure, you'll have a chief's tasting.
I shall wait here until you are sufficiently prepared.
Another patron enters the restaurant.
a shorter individual wearing a kind of cocked chef hat and an apron walks in, and kind of looking around, just kind of taking note of things.
With a chef's hat on?
Yeah, chef's hat.
I'm in the kitchen. I don't see it.
Okay.
Hey, Gaston, more competition it seems.
And I pop my head out, and you see just like, there's just like steam and flames like shooting out from behind me. I'm like, what? What? And I see this individual, and I go, what? This is a day from hell, I swear. and I bust open the door with I've straightened my apron, straightened my hat and kind of straightened my apron, tightened it up, and I walk over and say, hi, my name's Gaston Chief. I'm the head chef. I'm also your waiter. How can I serve you, friend?
Nice to meet you, Gaston. You're the chef of,
Yes,
of this here restaurant?
I just said I was the head chef.
I'm a little nervous because I've come a long way, traveled a long way. You're from South Carolina, right?
How did you know? Was it my charming good looks that gave it away, or my folk hero-ness?
I mean, I think I sound a little like you, not quite the same.
Son of a biscuit-eating gopher head. I swear we got more of you coming through than I ever seen in Tar.
But you remember a night about 20 years ago or so, ran into a woman named Gwendolyn. Tavern.
Remember that crazy night we had in Turtle Beach? You know, that weird party town down there, Turtle Beach?
Yeah, I remember
Right.
that. Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
is the zone of truth still in effect?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Tell us about that night.
Yeah, I went to bed early, as I recall. We'll have to hear about that night.
Yeah, I remember Gwendolyn. She was as pretty as anything I've ever seen in my life. She had hair that was wispy. She was kind of balding, but I didn't mind. Her teeth, they seemed to just want to jump out of her mouth and say hello, all of them. She had this one eye that could always look to the side. I always felt safe with her because I knew she was looking around. Never seen a beauty so beautiful.
I step out of the zone of truth and say, she seems like a picture of loveliness.
Something happened to her? What happened to Gwendolyn?
Well, see, that's funny how you didn't stick around to kind of find out what happened to her. Or spent like the one night and then just cut and run from what I heard.
Yeah, I had chef school in France.
Yeah, well, she always remembered you, and about 9 months later, you apparently left something with her.
No, I'm clean. I don't have any. I didn't leave. Wait, did I leave a pair of shoes? I always leave my shoes.
I hate to say it, Gaston, but you were talking about some kind of deposit that you made. I wasn't sure what you meant at the time, thinking maybe you'd won some money at a casino or something, but I think I understand where he's going. You's a daddy.
Oh my. Oh, I'm a daddy. I'm a daddy. I'm a daddy. I pass out.
All right, you're passed out on the floor.
It is at this moment that I return.
Well, your son's leaving. Oh, wait, he can't hear me. He's passed out.
Your son is rolling out.
While this touching reunion happens, I seek the garçon. Where is the man who is preparing my meal?
Oh, he's passed out. He had some quite big news. Do you want one of these appetizers we have laid out here? They're getting a bit cold, but they should still be good.
No,
Crack a
but
tartar.
I did notice a very tender reunion from my corner booth, and it is tender meat that I savor the most.
Well, I got a mallet in the back if you want to just have a go at whatever we put in front of you. That might help you out a bit.
No, I think... What was his name, Gaston?
Yeah, who's currently indisposed.
Can you wake him for me?
Okay. Zaxby drops a bag of flour on Gaston.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Yeah, I wake up and go, no more. No, I gave this up years ago. What?
No, it's not. It's not like Turtle Beach. This is just flour. We got a request for something real tender, and I don't really know how to help the customer. By the way, your son left.
I'm a daddy?
Yeah, we established that before you passed out.
Hey, Roger, you want to come help me tenderize some meat?
This is my specialty.
I pull out. I grab like a huge slab of some unnamed meat, and I say, just paw this for a while. Just get on in there and just paw. If a couple of hairs come off you, that's good. It's flavoring and that seasoning. I'll get all the spices.
I interrupted the conversation. You seem to be misunderstanding me, and I have seen quite a delectable ingredient today. And I know that it will pair quite well with your tears. And I assume my true form as an ancient brass dragon and pursue his son. Who I then bring back to the establishment. Cook him for me!
Hold, just 1 second. Number one, how do you fit inside this little tiny tavern?
Oh, I don't. Like, there's no room.
The top of the restaurant has exploded as the ancient brass dragon fills the entirety of the front section of the venue. The gifts in the gift store crumple and shatter to the ground. Little magical sparks are going off, but the dragon, above all else, remains composed, staring down at you, tiny, minuscule, in this kitchen. And you realize in that moment, the finest meal ever created would be the baking of your son.
Well, Gaston, speaking as the voice of reason, you don't really know your son that well, so not a huge loss, am I right?
I mean, I guess I lived this long without him. Hey, Tom, little Tommy. Hey,
we got to show you something over here,
I
Tom.
gotta show you something. Quick, get the oven preheated.
Okay.
It's a fun little game I like to call hide and seek. Did you ever play this when you were a boy? Of course not. Nobody did, because you didn't have a daddy around.
Sure did.
But now we're going to play. I'm going to teach you how to play. All you got to do is climb inside. You got to climb inside a small compartment. Don't worry about the temperature. It's fine. It might hurt just a little bit, but it's okay.
I put a platinum piece in there, and if you can find it, it's yours, okay?
Go look for the platinum piece in that drawer over there, in that little box.
Roll a deception check.
Oh, God. It's a 14.
That's enough. So you trusting your new father, crawl. Do you have any words before you crawl inside the oven?
I
can't wait till I get that platinum piece.
That's logical. So you crawl inside and begin to bake.
Just before I close the doors, I start crying and I'm basting him with my tears before I close the doors. I'm sorry.
I'm there with a very fancy liquor glass, and I'm just collecting his tears. Barely fits. I'm like using the very tips of my claws to hold this normal-sized glass.
Today, Mr. Dragon, sir, could you put in a good word for us with the health inspector, maybe, once you get a bite of your meal?
I lift my foot.
Uh-oh. The health inspector looks up and goes, yeah, I'd think twice before I do that. And looks up at the bottom of your foot.
I step on him.
The health inspector dies immediately.
Well...
Kneel before your new overlord.
Gaston's son is baking in the oven. Hungor looks up at you and says, oh, damn it, we close in 6 minutes and there's 3 more patrons standing outside. He ushers them all in rapidly, saying, you better fix this crap fast.
I've had such a horrible day. It's not my finest work.
I enjoy my meal, I savor his tears, and I fly away once more into the night, seeking another fast food restaurant to request the finest meal from, having accomplished my goal.
Gaston looks at you, or I'm sorry. Hungor looks at you and goes, all right, we're truly fast food now. What can we do you for?
An elven mage comes in and amongst the shambles of the restaurant, and he's kind of twitchy, looking about like, what the hell happened here? And he comes in and he asks, your strongest liquor, please. And he's actively nervous, and you see that there are a bunch of boys all out by the front door shambles. They're all just like whispering to one another.
I can bring you some gravy. Spiked with more gravy.
So, and I just like, okay. I'm just like so distraught. Yeah, I just go to the back and get a glass of brown and white gravy just mixed together, and I bring it out with a straw, and I look at our friendly janitor and I say, "Can you garnish this?"
Oh yeah, I'd be happy to. Using Druidcraft, Zaxby puts a seed pod and then puts on top of the seed pod a little particle of eyeball left over from one of the previous meals, and then daintily places the concoction in front of our new friend. This is the best we can. This is the best we can do.
All right. And he just takes it, and he basically like tries to rush out of the restaurant, and he drops a ring and immediately kind of transforms into like a 14-year-old boy and runs out with the ring.
Those kids, those local youths.
Why are there so many children coming into our store?
I would have sold him the booze even if he came in as a babe. Another patron enters. Your second to last customer of the shift.
So a mysterious man walks in, cloaked and hooded, which looks like he has bat ears under his hood. And he asks for you, he heard that you have something quite explosive.
Everyone really wants these explosives.
Apparently the fire poppers are real popular.
Could you get some fire poppers going?
Yeah, I guess I could.
All right, let's see what the last patron wants while you cook those.
Okay.
A little boy with a little 10-year-old boy walks in with a hood and like a trench coat kind of thing. He says, I am but a young candlestick maker. Would you like to buy some of my candles?
No, I don't want to buy any Kindles.
It's made a specific brand, Dynamite.
I feel bad for this child. I don't quite know what's happening. Could you please show us what you're trying to convey to us?
Oh, I can light one for you if you would like.
That's a bad idea.
I'll start.
Can you roll this? Where you go? Can you roll this guy for me right here? So the little boy turns and lights a candle. Okay, and the candle just illuminates largely on the table. There's now a candle lit on the table. And the fire poppers, are you about ready?
I come out, I've only got two.
I only got enough crackling poppers. I only got enough crackling spice for two. That's all I could make.
Well, it's only for one. I'll get that, Jester.
All right.
Godspeed to you, too.
You got to pay for those before you leave. Pay for those.
And he steals the food to go get the Jester.
That's not on brand.
What the hell was that? So there's a candle on the table and a little boy standing in the restaurant just moments before close.
It's a stick of Dynamite.
It's a stick of Dynamite? Jeez Louise. No, damn it. It explodes. The entire front half of the restaurant bursts back. Can all of you give me just a quick check on if you avoided this?
I got a 4.
16, if that's dexterity.
Ooh, wait, we're adding
Is
dexterity?
that dexterity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 7 then.
Hungor got a nat 20. So you and Hungor just totally step back and avoid it. You guys get hit by the blast. The front half of the establishment has been blown away. I need you to roll this. Give me a roll.
That's why I say he also has like...
He's got full of dynamite. Jeez Louise. Here, hit me. Do it again. Oh, God. Are you intending to blow yourself up?
Yes.
Okay. 19 does it. In that moment of explosion, you relight on fire. Do you say anything before you explode brilliantly?
I sold all my candles.
Sold all I'm sure Amazon will be proud. You explode in a brilliant ball of light, illuminating the establishment on fire. There is now, you're dead. And in the final moments, the building is in shambles. Hungor looks down at the corpse of the health inspector and says, we probably wouldn't have passed. And I would have had one of you randomly killed by the other two. But today is a happy day. Because we sort of passed. But I don't want this place anymore. I watched you bake your own son in an oven. And I really think there's only one fate for you. And he goes and opens the oven door and points to the inside himself.
Well, I had a good run. I guess my son really was my finest dish. He was a slow marinade. It cooked for a while. Twice, I guess. Where's that platinum piece? And I crawl in the oven.
Hunger grabs you by the shoulder and pulls you back and goes, I just wanted you to make me a cake. It's my birthday, you dumbass. And he looks at you and says, and I'm going to retire today on my 35th birthday. I leave this establishment in your hands and ask you what your hopes are for the future.
Oh, I was hoping this place got shut down. Look at what we did. Look at what I did. Are you kidding me? I'd never serve that to nobody. I'm sad that the health inspector's dead.
My hopes for the future are to continue truly doing as little as possible. I raise my cloak over my shoulder and say, and my job here is done.
Zaxby stands up, dazed, dusts himself off a bit, and says, I tried my best to be a good union rep. I tried my best to be a matchmaker and bring people together with common solutions, and I tried my best to upsell customers, but I failed at most of those tasks. And as penance, I'm going to Turtle Beach to start my boardwalk business selling underdark medicines to drunk teenagers. and then Zaxby puts himself into his own bag of holding.
Take me with you.
Do you also crawl into the bag of holding?
I don't know. No. I take my chef's hat and I throw it down and I say, Sacre bleu! This is the worst job I've ever had. I'm going to start my own restaurant in South Carolina where they serve real food, the French kind. Au revoir! And I walk out.
Roger Wolf picks up the bag of holding, looks at you both, and says, well, I'll see y'all on the other side. And he eats the bag of holding. And then he says, to everyone who may come in the future, the goblin, from me to you. He blows you a small kiss, gets down on all fours, and sprints into the woods at fastest speed. The sign, gracefully swaying at the edge of the road, falls off its hinges and breaks in half. And your son was baked in an oven. That was upsetting. This is Roll for MAGFest. We're hitting our time limit. We gotta go. Thanks for coming out. Goodbye.